I will not care for her when she's older. *** For the confession, go to the last 2 paragraphs. My mom was incredibly abusive, neglectful, and isolated me when I was a child. One of the earliest things I knew for certain was that my mother hated me. As an adult, I wanted to try to forgive/forget how she treated me and show her the warmth, patience, and kindness she never showed me. I have objectively improved her life in many tangible ways. Maybe I did it to prove to her/me that I am useful and lovable. She had an operation recently and I offered for her to stay with me for a few weeks to recover. I immediately remembered why I grew up with not a shred of confidence or positivity. She was ultra critical of everything I did. She questioned and second-guessed everything. She even managed to be critical of me going to the gym. And there was also a type of disingenuous criticism. Example, she likes these lasagnas from Marks & Spencer's, a UK fancy grocery store, but it's far from my house, so I got some from the Waitrose near me, a very similar grocery store. She said she didn't think she'd like them as they weren't from M&S. She took one bite and wouldn't eat anything else. I made her toast and she complained about being hungry the rest of the evening. I bought the same one another day. She asked where it was from. I lied and said M&S and she ate it. She also seemed incapable of admitting that she was feeling okay and making good progress. Everything was, I wish I never went through with this, I should have just kept my bad knee. She refused to take the painkillers they gave her, but complained nonstop of pain, but seemed okay when her game shows came on. It was the longest 3 weeks of my adult life. I got super fit as the gym was my only escape from her, so I was there 100% more than I usually would have been. Though it was hard, I made a point of not rising to her taunts. I never argued with her and I made sure she was comfortable. I bought her 2 small presents that she made a point of leaving on the table after she'd packed all her things to leave. My confession is that though I told her some time ago that I will care for her when the time comes, as my too much younger sibling don't bother with her, I realize that I won't be able to do it. I feel some guilt about this as I am someone who always does what she says she will, but this taster of what's to come has been a huge reminder of who she is. I spent the first 16 years of my life a lonely, isolated child convinced I was stupid, ugly, and unlovable. The next 20 years were spent trying to get a handle on my social anxiety and depression, and now as a totally alone, but not lonely, 48-year-old I will not spend one more second on someone so cruel, hateful, and unpleasant.